Hey, good morning. It's Nancy from CBH Homes at Keller Williams NJ Metro Group. Since we saw the lowest amount of inventory we've ever seen this spring, it's now the beginning of October and the number of homes for sale has increased by about 30%. Okay, and that's gone hand in hand with about a 20% drop in multiple offer situations on homes that have sold. So we're kind of starting to see a leveling off of home appreciation, which means the market is finally slowing a little. Okay. Now, we all know that there's been a historic run since the pandemic started. It's finally starting to cool down just a little bit. Sellers are finally feeling more comfortable. They're ready to move. They've gotten their vaccinations. They're feeling safer. At the same time, I would tell you that some of the home buyers that are out there they're just so tired of these prices and fighting so hard, and they're feeling a little priced out of the market. So they may have decided to take a break, maybe enjoy the winter, maybe come back and check it out again next year. Okay. So there's also just natural seasonality. I mean, the holidays are starting to come up, and I think there are people who are thinking about that. Okay. So listen, don't mistake this for a market crash. Okay. This is what we would typically call just a correction. This market is still fairly strong. So in other words, if the market has been revving on the highway at 100 miles per hour, it's pretty much down to about 80 miles per hour. Still pretty fast, okay, in terms of speed. It's just not as fast as it was before. So let's look at some of the bidding war data, okay? In April of this year, like 75% of homes were going in multiple offer situations. By August of this year, that was down to about 60%. Okay. And I would tell you that, if you compare that between August of this year versus August before, in 2018, we were looking at a 40% multiple offer rate. And 2018 was pre-pandemic in a normal kind of like hot market year. Okay. So listen, I want you guys to think about this. We're considering this a market that might be normalizing. The market's not coming to, a dead stop. It's not going to explode. None of that's going to happen. It's just finally the pressure is easing off for a little bit. Okay. Since the pandemic, we saw a median house price go up by like 23 to 25%. All right. That kind of growth, a 23% growth in housing, American salaries cannot keep up with that. It's just, I don't know that it's sustainable. Okay. That kind of growth year on year just isn't sustainable. And, I'm not that I'm saying demand is falling off, because I don't think demand's falling off. But if the market gets too overheated, I think people are going to say, people are going to stop and say, let's slow down just a little bit. Okay. So I think most people are happy to see a little bit of softening. All right. Not that I'm saying that prices are going to dump. All right, here, let's talk about this. From April 2020 to April 2021, the median list price went up by like 17%. Okay. But if we just look at September 2020 to September 2021, which is just last month, that rate was down. Okay. It was down to only about 8%. So if you see, I think it could potentially slow further. We've talked about this before. I know I've talked about this with you guys before, that, Fannie and Freddie, a lot of these CoreLogic, a lot of these companies are saying that they think that 2022, we're really only going to see a price bump of 2%, 4%, 5%. Don't forget, Zillow was alone. They were saying that it was like 11%. I don't know what they were thinking, but everyone else is saying, yeah, we're going to see appreciation, but it's not going to be the same as before, 2 to 5%. Okay. Now, the question really becomes, why are house prices still going up, right? Economics, man, simple, 101. Demand continues to outpace our housing supply, okay? It continues to outpace our housing supply. And what is the biggest reason why we have demand? Well, okay, because people who were born between 1989 and 1993, who we call millennials, they're hitting that 30-year age group. Okay. And that is typically when first-time home buyers buy their first home. Okay. So we're looking at an increased demand because that millennial grouping is a huge number of people, and it's their turn. It's their turn to come and find their homes. Once again, they've gotten married, they've graduated, gotten their jobs, they're about to have children, or they may even have children, and they're ready to start to build a family and have a home to put them into. Okay. And unfortunately, their coming of age happens to be coinciding with a 40-year low in inventory. Okay. So those two matched up things produces upwards pressure on the on the prices, right? Now, don't forget, there's other factors that push on price. Okay. So yes, demand pushes the price up, right? But at the same time, I would tell you that we are seeing by the end of September 30th, by the end of September 30th, we were supposed to have a long awaited end to the mortgage forbearance. Okay. The idea behind this is about 1.5 million homeowners in America are going to have to start paying their mortgage again. The prediction, I think right now, my guess is about a quarter of them are going to look and say, I can't actually continue to pay my mortgage, or I choose not to continue to pay on this mortgage, and it's going to be time to sell my home. So if we have, a huge influx of people who have been on forbearance bring their house to market, then that is a lot of sudden inventory. And so that'll start to push the prices down, right? Now, don't forget, at the same time, we also have material and labor costs for building and for house renovation. That is still going up. There are some, I was going to say materials and labor costs have still been kind of rising. They've been significantly up 20, 25, 27% in some cases. Okay. So that is applying upward pressure up in terms of helping to increase the house price again. So my point is okay, between that and inflation and mortgage rates, there's a lot of different factors that are pushing and pulling, like pushing the house price up and down. Okay. All in all, what does it tell us? It tells us that 2022 is likely to be still one of the highest markets that we've ever had. The prediction is that it's about, still going to be one of the 6th highest, real estate markets we've ever had in existence. Okay. So what does that mean? That means that if you need to sell, go ahead and sell. You're going to be fine. And if you need to buy and you don't feel like fighting, come buy over the winter. It's a pretty straightforward message, okay? So if you have any further questions, you are always welcome to give me a buzz, 917-992-3098. That is my direct cell phone in case you need me. Oh, and by the way, if you are local to the state of New Jersey and you are still looking to clean out your closets, we are still taking coats for the Jersey Cares Coat Drive. Like I said, just feel free to reach out and let us know, and we'll make arrangements to come get some coats from you. All right. I can't wait to talk to you guys next week. I look forward to it, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.